What is up, guys? Welcome to Thursday's stream. We're going to be rocking some third Odyssey for the beginning and seeing how long we go. I may switch over to Europa at some point, or we'll just sorry, not Europa, Euro Truck. I may skip to Euro Truck. Playing two games with Europe in the title is going to get really confusing very quickly, which is weird because one's a strategy game, one's a game where I drive a goddamn truck. How do I get these confused? So, in the last session, we set up our nation of Romania, and we were able to quite handily deal with the natives of Platos and the natives of Faragora, and we're pretty much getting ready to deal with the natives of Pescarora. The only difference in this one is we're currently dealing with an Elysian religious renaissance, shall we say, where the people don't like each other. Let's be honest. They don't like each other. They ain't happy. You know, it's the word religious issues. So let's just keep going. I can't really explain it. It's a complicated one. Now, I will say for the first time ever, I'm recording the stream instead of, simply just downloading the VOD. I am recording the stream, so hopefully when this gets onto YouTube, the quality will be better. Fingers crossed. Because stream quality is they're give or take, dependent. And hopefully this will mean a quicker turnaround as well for videos and keeping them up straight away. It took me a little bit longer to do the last two because I took a night off after the stream to chill. But we've got the Elysian path in Jura? I don't have a problem's called that. Do I? No, I don't. Someone else does, though. We build it for someone else. We can do some converting, but it's going to take, let's just say, too long. For now, we're just going to chill and do what we do best. We're going to send a guy here to transfer trade power down to us. Are we collecting trade power? Okay, no, don't collect there. Transfer there. I thought that was in the Bay of Felicia. I was like, what? Don't. Yeah, just send money to me. I'll lower the monthly autonomy for now. That means we're losing. Still going down, so it's still a win. Once this religious conflicts are over, we will deal with these rebels. At the moment, we do have some who are not the happiest in terms of, like, they're a religion, but luckily they're not the call of the hunt. The young men living in Icos are far wilder at heart than those back home in the capital. They often wander from the colony to experience life with the Tuscarora. Learn their ways, and many years later, and many yearn, to cast aside their homes to become wanderers and hunters in the great wilderness beyond Icaros. So we could produce fur here. At the moment, we're currently producing tobacco. Realistically, I think fur is, not as good. Could gain colonial governor, or we could just gain, we'll just condemn this foolishness. Pure profit then. We've also got, standardized pikes, definitely. The Albanian question. Okay, this is a good one. Very important question right here. First things first, let's get our new units. So we're going to be using Kronia. Right, the Albanian question. Because we took Skanderberg, we've got this event. We've been in this land for some time now, and we've set up outposts and fortresses along the breadth of the bay we landed at. Now, Skanderberg, who had retired from leading our army troops due to grievous wound, he died basically, from which many thought he would never recover, is requesting that his people be allowed to settle on the frontier of our newly claimed territory. Indeed, tensions are slowly mounting between the Romans and the Albanians, and it would be prudent to allow them to leave. The only question remains where to settle them. So we could settle them a good harbor close to the capital. So we give them which one? Yeah. We give them this one. No, we don't. Yes, we do. We give them that. I'm not going to do that because that's inside of Elysia. That's too close. Now we could set them to the frontier, deeper into native land. They will then go to cede a province to Romania. and let them establish a fully independent kingdom. I believe they are a vassal. I think it's a partially independent kingdom. Yeah, make Albania vassal. So let them establish a partially kingdom in a province somewhere not near me. Let them establish the this one keeps them as part of us. This one lets them be independent. Oh, they're in north of us this time. Oh, that's amazing. It's perfect. Better than I could have planned it, because normally they go to the south of you. I have so many plans. So many glorious plans. Now, they're a little bit upset with us, due to the fact that, we're pretty... I don't know why they think they're comparative in size, but they think they're comparative in size. And that's fine. They can think what they want. They're wrong, but they can think what they want. Now, religious wars are getting closer and closer. We do have 7 years, so we need some events to kind of, make it so this isn't going to be a problem. We're going to keep going south for now, as the Northerners haven't started expanding in earnest yet, so I'm not worried about them yet. South is where I would say the most important border is. Now, hopefully we should definitely get some more events that allow us to kind of just ignore the question of what's it called? The question of think of the word. The religions, because I do know where we're going with this campaign and where I want it to go, but gotta wait really. At the moment, just earning that gold, letting the money come in. Might be a good idea to get us some more points into stuff. Like, national ideas. That's not a joke. Great idea. Let us put a production or tax. Sure, we'll help. Don't know who we're helping, but we're not going to need to summon the militia. We make more money from tax. So yeah, we'll have a tax modifier guy. That gets me 10 points in admin every month. Now, I'm going to boost that up to 12 because I want to get through this idea group. Yeah, these guys already have an idea group. We don't start with ours yet. Everyone else starts with theirs, which sucks. Or everyone to the north starts with theirs, sorry. Appellation pathways are coming along nicely. Time for an Inquisition. Okay, this is a good event. This is a great event for us. It is no question that the Basilius has been less than proactive when it comes to dealing with the increasing number of plethonists within our country. The Church, which perceives the situation as being out of control, has been the most vocal in its critique of our Basilius. The Patriarch and his closest associates have made no attempt to hide the contempt they hold for our past actions. Today, however, this appears to have boiled over. The Patriarch, in a private meeting with our Basilius, openly suggested that we had been unable, nay, unwilling to handle this crisis at hand. Sharing his worries and grievances, he proposed a solution which he argues could be mutually beneficial to our country. The Church and the Basilius, he proposed, that we establish an Inquisition, which would sit above our authorities, but would still be subservient to the Basilius, with the stated objective of ridding all heretics and heathens from our country. So, we could say no and upset them. If we say yes, disaster progress disappears. Like, it'll pretty much go to 0. We give the clergy Church Inquisition, which gives them increased monthly disaster progress, but that's fine. And then if we have 97% less religious unity or in a disaster, this privilege gives us, tolerance, true faith, and missionary maintenance cost. The modifier is we lose legitimacy, which I'm not too fussed about. Church loyalty equilibrium decreases for some reason, and missionary gets even cheaper. We're going to acquiesce to the Church's demands. So the disaster is still going to start early, but with any luck and a whole lot of prayer, we will be able to do this. And now I am going to start this war due to the fact that there's no... Oh my god, you are expanding so aggressively. Oh, you are going to be more of a problem than I thought. I don't know where they're running to. It's fine. Then we'll just let them run away. Yeah, these... You've been given an upgrade. You are way more annoying than you used to be. Okay, we're going to take development ideas, one of my favorite ideas. We're going to knock our way through this, which allow us to... well, really, we just need 10,000 men, and then the year 1505 at the moment. So if we get 14 cities, that becomes 1500. And then we get 12 buildings, which we're currently 4, so 12 buildings inside of our capital region. Still very possible. Before 1490 is the earliest we can do this, and that's if we get this as well. If we get that region, which is what I'm pretty much going to be focusing on. I am going to do the opposite of what I normally do. I'm going to focus on forming a true nation quicker. This is just a normal mission, that's fine. Plephanist demands representation. With our expansion of privileges granted to the Plephanist community, the heathens, unsatisfied with the current status quo, presented our Basilius with a petition demanding that their assemblies and elected leaders be represented at court. This demand is, of course, outrageous, and with the church authorities in particular furious at the proposal. Advisors approached Basilius with proposals for a compromise, guaranteeing both the church and Plephanist increased rights and with greater power over the crown. None of these three solutions are, of course, ideal, but they may be better than outright refusing the Plephanist ultimatum, unless we are willing to be putting them down by the sword, of course. So, we could offer the concession to both sides, or we could upset that we could have a thing. We're going to offer concessions to both sides for now. Because, again, my goal is to avoid this, because avoiding it, while cripples us for a little bit, will not cripple us for a long bit. That's the most important factor, is the length of the crippling of our country. And I don't like being crippled at all, so we're going to make sure we're not crippled. There we go. Absolute win right there. Let's get this good old province taken. We'll take his money too. We'll bring you to there for now, and we'll just turn you off. And we'll turn off the fort. Plephanists flee religious violence. Owing to a combination of inaction on our part, church prosecution, rising public violence, as some members of the Plephanist community have set out to flee. Once settlers in the fringes of our realm, they have declared their intention to abandon the safety of Romania for the untamed lands which surround us. While we should rejoice that these wretched heathens have taken upon themselves to purge our country of their presence, we should also be careful to not depopulate our colonies and thus reverse our hard-earned progress. How may we best approach this matter, and how should the crown conduct itself? We could lose 200 people here, which is unfortunate. But unfortunately, it looks like we're going to. And thank you, Mythical Ninja 211 for the follow. Let's let them go. Not ideal, but we'll have to let them go. It's not in our best interest to... Yeah, we one more event, and then we can just, not worry about it. Playing the political side is a really... I don't know. I don't know if it's worthwhile yet. We'll see. It's still normally more worthwhile than the war. But then again, I normally don't have such a strong start. So we'll be seeing. Also, these guys don't normally go as ham as they've gone. They have more men than we do. I can have 9,000, but I'd very much like more than that first. I'd very much like some these buildings complete. Actually, no, we can get the buildings later. Give me those 9,000 men. You know what? I want up to 10 so I can get established militia done. Because then we've got a true nation in sight. And then at that point, it's just a slow but sure growth. Grand Ball in Elysia. We're not going to arrange a ball. Mission fulfilled. The commander of the city guard has received numerous reports of native raids directed at the peasants who work the wheat fields outside the defenses of Constantinopolis. The obvious solution is to send more men to patrol these areas. However, the guard is spread thin as it is, and this would leave the city severely undermanned. The militia are rather basic right now, made up of retired soldiers and part-time farmers. But with a little time training, they could become a significant force in their own right. Now we have access to Roman diplomacy, which is we just need 4 more provinces. And oh, right, I forgot about the rebels. Intimate matters, rumors and whispers among the past reach superior. This is a proper one. Reached the words of betrayal and heresy aimed at Basilius' consort. The Inquisition cannot obviously simply arrest Basilius' love without official support, something which they have very clearly reminded the Basilius of. Undaunted by Basilius' resolve, the Inquisition brought forward a long list of charges and witnesses. They demand that the Basilius abandon the current consort so they may face divine justice. Well, the church must be right. And I hope that we just have enough... Okay, good. We didn't lose to them. That's good. Okay, start making money again, because we've got quite a few buildings to get done. I'm gonna say no. I don't really want to tell you about down here. I'd say diplomacy is pretty important, so we'll do that. I would also very much like a new start, so I can get a colonist. So it removes a new world to explore, so we don't get an extra colonist. We just keep the colonist, but it gives us the actual ability to open up this. Okay, we've got 100 ducats, so let's build. Yeah, and any of these, it's these ones specifically we have to build in. We have to be very specific about what we want to build. Advisor accused of Plephanist sympathies. The conflict between the heathens and our clergy may appear distant to our Basilius, but just like Georgius Plephon himself found his way onto our ships, so has another heretic found its way into our court. The evidence presented by the Patriarch is staggering and leaves little room for doubt. While an immediate arrest would certainly earn us the favor of our clergy, a fair trial may be more appropriate. When confronted, the advisor flatly denied the evidence while also defending their right to their own belief, accusing our Patriarch of excessive zeal. The matter is, however, entirely in our Basilius' hands. I'm going to arrange for a quiet retirement soon. Because that will push this into a... That'll push it far enough away that we won't have to actually worry about it. And unfortunately, it does also take away our advisor. But this will give us until September of 48, another Appalachian Pathway. It looks like the Appalachian Pathway is getting done in our vassal as well, which is really nice. Sorry, our ally. Who is going to eventually be a, war with us. So we just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he's in a 4th zone of influence. I remember now. This one is more annoying. I forgot about this one. Let's get a new start. So that will not give us an extra colonist. I always forget this doesn't do that, but... Well, our nation's progress in the field of colonization has rendered the spontaneous efforts of our people to cultivate more land obsolete. Colonization is now directed and regulated by our government. This reduces friction with the natives considerably, since we try to respect their territory as much as possible. Shame. I liked getting free land. This will go back down to 1. Now, we could do the method of just colonizing 2 at once, which I probably will start doing soon. I would like to get this one done first, though. Because we do get a bunch of nice bonuses. And we can then do this, and obviously a little bit sooner. 1495 is pretty much my estimate for when we do this. So, whether or not I am going to be so lucky is a different question entirely. That's our colony there done. We're going to go for you next. Of course, to build a fort everywhere, we're going to need a fort here and a fort there. We'll build this one next. I mean, technically one in Ivos is better, but not right. Unhappiness amongst the peasantry, there's some money. Just leave me alone. Giving them money when I really should not be is a bit of a problem. Well, 1500 would be an acceptable timeline. It's not the timeline I want. I think that's the big problem. The timeline I want is the one that I need to go with. Famine strikes Pluffinist communities. It is hard to not be moved by the delegation which has come to seek an audience with the Basilius. Their clothes barely hide the frailty of their forms. Heathens they may be, Basilius struggles nonetheless with the terrifying display which they find in front of them. My Basilius, the closest of the delegates, begins. Our land suffers under the strain of our poor harvest, one poor harvest after another. Please, we implore your mercy and generosity for ourselves and our children. Famine's a tragedy of the highest order, and God does not teach us to treat our neighbors with kind. God does teach us to treat our neighbors with kindness. However, these people are not people of the book. They are pagans, heretics, heathens. Even if Basilius' heart may be swayed by the pity that they may feel, the chaplain's glare reminds us of our obligations towards the church. We'll expend the crown's resources. Right, now all we have to do is last for next year. We're going to reign... No, we're not going to reign the church in because I don't have enough happiness with me to do that. Yeah, we need a good happiness with them to reign them in. We are making a nice amount of money, though. So, because we're making a nice amount of money... Oh. Because we still have eager settlers. How do I still have eager settlers? Oh, damn. Did not realize we still had eager settlers. Because of eager settlers, I wasted a little bit of time there, but it's okay. A heretic among us. The priest barge in the throne room, chaplain in tow. As he readjusts his robes, resetting his cross in the process, the aging man clears his throat. With a solemn tone of voice, he excuses his interruption of the courtly meeting and takes a deep bow. Your Grace, he begins, I regret to inform you that I have uncovered evidence that heresy, heathenry even, has found its way into the midst of your own family, among your own blood. He goes on to explain that Basilius' appointed heir has been associated with the key members of the Plethmist movement, going as far as to suggest that they might outright be conspiring against the imperial family itself. His accusations shook our monarch, who now stands at a difficult crossroads. Gonna denounce him. We'll see what happens. That's right. My 13-year-old son has just been told that he sucks, and he is a heathen. I don't know why this 13-year-old is helping people, but okay. To the shock of our Basilius, Michael has proven themselves to indeed hold heathen sympathies. The evidence is indisputable, and we are once more left with a difficult choice. With Michael's claim completely shattered, it is clear that the obvious choice would be to disinherit him and throw him in jail. Or perhaps even consider summoning the executioner. Or we could persist, hoping that there is nothing but rumors spread by the ambitious church official. What are we looking at with this? Okay, well, we'll disinherit and throw him in jail. We should still, because the war should end in this. We should be fine. I hope. I really don't want to have put all this effort in to avoid a war to just have a war. That would be greatly depressing for me. Inquisition purges suspected pagans. Members of the Inquisitions have approached the Basilius and presented a list of suspected traitors and pagan sympathizers within our administration. Some of these names are even members of the Basilius inner circle. The evidence presented, however, is nothing but short of unconvincing, nothing but short of unconvincing, contradictory testimonies, circumstantial evidence, and very obviously charged accusations rooted in jealousy rather than good faith. The Inquisitors, however, assure us that better evidence will be found, citing the pressing need to root out the rot as fast as possible, even if it means taking the lives of a few innocents, martyrs as they call them. ensure a proper trial is held. Definitely. That should give us the time. Inquisitorial success. It is a grand day for us all that the power graciously granted to them by the emperors, the Inquisition, have managed to abolish all talk of Plefinus revolution within our lands. The Plefinists have been dealt with via a series of swift strokes, and all that remains are a few scattered pockets of resistance who will be more than happy to remain in their small little communities, praying to their imaginary gods for miracles that will never come. The light of Christ has shined through. However, there now comes the issue of the Inquisition's end goal. They were petitioned to suppress the Plefinists, and they have served that purpose well. But they push for more. They do not want to rest until every last pagan has been hunted down and made to repent for his crimes. However, these last few decades have been rough on all, and continuing to fight a war we have long since won may lead to further division and harm. When all that our nation desires now is to reconcile our differences and work together for a better future here in a God-given paradise. So we could get rid of it. It would upset the church, but we'd get tolerance of heathens. Plefin Legacy and Plefin Succession will be removed. Two Inquisition mobs will rise up. Patos gets Inquisition headquarters, which will give unrest in that. Some Hellenic stuff happens. All of our primary culture, Hellenic with different styles, as long as they remain Hellic. Or we must save their souls. And it just essentially gives some devastation in our good provinces. And Orthodox Christians have a friendly attitude, resulting in that. We'll say we must save their souls. Nearly build a thing. Yeah, this is gonna hurt us a little bit. I'm more upset at the devastation in these provinces, which is why I'm gonna build a fort here. That way we can get rid of the devastation, but we are now well and truly Orthodox. Which is the plan, by the way. Like this was intended, don't you worry. We're gonna build that there. We're gonna build another fort here, and that'll start to encompass the lands necessary for this. Sorry, for this one. A military brawl. We'll punish the noble. That's fine. So we need once we get a fort there, it'll cover these ones. We'll then need a fort here or here to then cover, this. Then a fort probably here to cover this one. But we'll see. It's gonna cost a lot of money to get all these forts. We can actually also do the most important thing. We can now start converting. Unhappiness amongst the clergy. How are you already unhappy again? Oh, damn. Just trying to kick me when I'm down. Why don't? Just kick me when you're down. You know what? Just kick me. It's fine. Native uprising. Yes. Native uprisings can happen now. I forget. We're not going to kill off the natives. We need the natives. They're useful. And at some point, I don't remember where it is. It's going... And... we're now of the Xanthos dynasty because, our king died and we now have, no admin skill. That's absolutely upsetting. Oh, and our legitimacy is going into the toilet because of the Church Inquisition. Yes, I remember. That is a problem, isn't it? Oh, well. What are you going to do? So hopefully this doesn't derail our nation more than I'm expecting it to. Fingers crossed.